My brother and I officially started farming in 1985 together. Dad basically retired, moved off the farm, and we started farming then. And my brother and I were a little more aggressive than my dad was, and we were always looking for more, and he was kind of the old school, grew up in the 30s or whatever, and just was very cautious, and we were a little more aggressive, and he didn't care for that so much. I mean, I remember back in, it was 1985, that same year we bought a farm, the neighboring farm, and we paid $400 for the open land and $100 for the woodland. And my dad and my uncle, they were so mad that we did that. You know, you guys are paying way too much for that land, you're gonna lose it all. But in the end, it's like, I wish I could buy all the $400 acre of land that I could find right now, but that's got to put another zero at least on or more. But at that time, we were at around 60 to 70 cows and 160 acres. Colette and I actually left the farm for a few years and went off on our own. And in 1994, with agreement with my brother, we decided to come back and build a 250 cow freestall barn and a parlor. And we did everything, everything was done in baby steps. We never did 1,000 cows at a time or anything. It was just all baby steps. It was 1994, 250 cows. We were doing all the cropping ourselves, doing all the milking ourselves, and with some high school kids. So in 2002, we built another barn of 550 cows, I think it was. And in 2003, our parlor was not sufficient. The parlor that we had first built was not sufficient, so we retrofitted a bigger parlor into that, which was maybe not the right thing to do, but it worked. We were growing. So in 2008, we added on to the last barn right beside us here, but our parlor could handle it at that point. Our next steps were when the boys come back. I don't know, Nathan, you came back in when? 9, he came back in 9, and Noah came back, I think, in 2011. And those guys have their own ambitions already at that point. And so in 2017, we decided to build the carousel parlor to be more efficient in our milking and labor and everything else. So it was just better for the cows in the long run, trying to do what's right for the cows, because I always feel that if we take care of the cows will take care of us. My boys are a little more aggressive, just like I was probably when I was their age. And so we had the opportunity to purchase a neighboring farm of 300 cows. So in 2024, we purchased that dairy site, and now all the milk cows are being milked here, milking pretty much around the clock with, probably an hour and a half downtime in between each shift. And all the dry cows and all the calvings are done at the neighboring farm. And to today, we are at 2,300 cows, milking and dry. I'm a manager between the two boys. Noah is like our cow guy. And he's a herdsman, stuff like that. And we bounce stuff off each other when there's problems. And Nathan is more of the crop guy, feeding guy. When we're talking about fields, like right now, we're working with landlords or fertilizer companies or chemical companies trying to do our purchases for the year of 2025. So him and I work together. Colette is our HR bookkeeper and our morning meeting mediator on the farm. Currently, I think we have 21 non-family employees. We've always been conservation-minded, been in CREP program for 20 plus years. I know that it's been 20 because the program ran out after 20 years, but we still continue to use the program, just not collecting any money and not going by their rules. We've done cover crops for, I have to say, 25 years. We have field borders, because we have some hillier ground. We do field borders around the edges of the woods to slow down the water coming out of the woods and stuff like that, to stop erosion. We do grass waterways. I actually started the watershed, farmer-led watershed group, and through Discovery Farms, we've also done what they call lysimeters, where they buried 8 stainless steel collection sites under the ground on one of our farms. And then every so often the county is drawing what they're catching in those lysimeters and analyzing them. For right now, we're trying to establish a baseline, but in the future, we want to do, studies with manure. How much manure is leaching, how much commercial fertilizers are leaching, how much chemicals are leaching. That is something that's, and we're actually want to do some studies where we put manure down on one of them, or on one site, because we have 2 different ones, and on the other site maybe put cover crops and see if there's a difference leaching with the cover crops on there. I have 2 ambitious boys, and we've just bought this farm in 2024 here, and we're looking to add on to it already. The barn needs to be added on to because we don't have enough room for all the dry cows. Trying to decide whether another barn needs to be put there, another milking facility needs to be there, a larger manure pit. We're always looking to buy more land. Currently, we're close to 3,000 acres owning. Right now, I'm 5th generation. Our boys are the 6th generation, and we do have the 7th generation. They're too young, but they do show interest in the farm. I think right now we're at 135 plus years family owned, this original 160 acres.